For 300 years, to be a Christian was to be an enemy of the state. It was a movement of the marginalized, the enslaved, and the pacifist. A group of people who followed a leader, executed by the Roman Empire as a common criminal. Their core message: love your enemies, turn the other cheek, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, but give your soul to no one but God. But then, something happened. The empire that tried to crucify the movement suddenly decided to crown it. In a few short decades, the cross went from a symbol of state execution to a symbol of state conquest. Tonight, we begin a 10-part journey into a dark paradox. How a faith built on the rejection of power became the ultimate tool for it. How the message was hijacked, rewritten, and weaponized to build empires, justify slaughter, and silence dissent. This is the story of the Great Hijacking. This is the Imperial Alibi. To understand how Christianity was misused, we have to understand why it was a threat in the first place. Rome was built on Pax Romana, the peace of Rome. But that peace was maintained by a sword and a very specific religious requirement: imperial cult worship. You could have your own gods, sure, but you had to burn incense to the emperor. He was the Pontifex Maximus. He was a living god. Then came the Christians. They didn't just offer a different god. They offered a different allegiance. They called Jesus Lord and Son of God, titles that belonged exclusively to the emperor. Even worse, they refused to fight. Early church fathers like Tertullian wrote that the Lord, in disarming Peter, unbelted every soldier. For 2 centuries, if you were a Christian, you couldn't easily be a Roman soldier. Think about that from the perspective of a Roman general. You have a fast-growing movement that refuses to worship you, refuses to fight for you, and claims that the poor and the enslaved are equal to the senators. This wasn't just a religion. It was a socio-economic rebellion. But by the year 300 AD, Rome was crumbling. Inflation was rampant, the borders were leaking, and the empire was split between 4 different rulers. The old gods weren't holding the people together anymore. Rome needed a new glue. Enter Flavius Valerius Constantinus, Constantine the Great. In 312 AD, Constantine is marching on Rome to take out his rival, Maxentius. The story goes that on the eve of the Battle of the Milvian Bridge, he saw a vision in the sky, a cross of light, with the words "In hoc signo vinces," in this sign, conquer. This is the smoking gun of our story. This is the moment the misuse begins. Notice the contradiction. The Christ of the Gospels told Peter to put down his sword in the Garden of Gethsemane. But the Christ of Constantine's vision told a general to pick up the sword and start killing. Constantine painted the Chi Rho, the first 2 letters of Christ's name, on the shields of his men. He won the battle. And in that moment, the theology of Christianity shifted forever. It was no longer a faith of the persecuted victim. It was now the faith of the divine victor, the political masterstroke. Did Constantine actually believe? Most historians argue it doesn't matter. What matters is that he was a brilliant political